Right, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm quickly going to record the start of my walk. Well, I'm 4 miles into my walk already, but it's been raining that bad. I haven't had time to do the start of the walk. So much forestry work going on. I've even started on this end of the forest now. Where that machine is was the way I wanted to go, but I'm going to try and do another route. I'm out the way of that forestry vehicle now, so it's a nice, pleasant walk. So, what's happening today? Well, I've got 16.5 kilos on my back, and it's hard work coming up this boggy slope, but there's 4 litres of water there, so I'm hoping to use 3 litres, but I've carried 4, and before I leave in the morning, if I can, I'll fill up with some dirty water at the lock, because I'm going to try and walk with a minimum of 15 kilo on me back through the winter, because I need this training ready for April, because I'm just ain't fit enough, and I'm 63 in March, and I am feeling it, to be honest. I mean, I'm fast up the hills and everything, but I'm not as strong as I was. So, some bugs up here. It's rained that much today. I've only just managed to get my hood off. I've come to a familiar spot because it was Saturday lunchtime. The sun was a-shining, so I'm thinking I'll never get parked up at Hethpool, or not comfortably quiet anyway. So I'll save that for a Wednesday. But I'm going to a familiar place where I'll get some peace and quiet. What a lovely walk, picking your way in. It's so boggy that I'm falling all over the place. All these wet tussocks. These are just deer prints, these are. Deer tracks. It's almost like a quad, isn't it? But there's no vehicles up here. They must be walking 2 abreast, or it's a very old track. Right, nearly here. Watch this. How can you get fed up of that? Look at it. Hey! Oh, some bubbles on the water today, look. I still haven't bought any rods up here or anything, have I? God, it's a bog. I'm actually sinking in this. Oh dear. Look at that. Raining again, there's a surprise. There's my spot anyway, my rucksack's drenched. I mean, I didn't have a dry bag, so I'm hoping I put me warm coat in this pump sack, but a bit of water on the top, look. Nothing much to worry about. I'll tell you what, this heated jacket, I think it was, I weighed it today, I've forgotten already. I've forgotten, I think it was 1.7 or 1.8 kilos, but I'm glad I had it in the backpack, because I've got my down trousers, but this is absolutely amazing for sitting about when it's cold. A bit of sunshine's come out, it's just as well, look, because the whole side of the mat on that side is wet. See? So these, oh look, soaked, look. These bags aren't waterproof then. Oh well. The other side's even wetter, look. There's a good lesson there. I left the house in the sunshine and I never packed a waterproof liner. Luckily most of the stuff's in stuff sacks. I've got the winter sleeping bag today. 1, it's going to get down to about 1 or 2 degrees tonight, but 2, just to add a bit of weight. Got a bag of thermals, my normal stuff really. We'll have a look in a bit. Drying off some of my stuff in a tree there. My coat's drying over there, my rucksack. I've got my pitch set up. My mat's drying. You can see all the tide lines on it from the water, can't you? Got blooming soaked in the rucksack. There's the old tarp. DD Superlight Tarp S, 2.8 by 1.5. Nice tight pitch there. And I'm underneath, look. Right, let's have a quick talk about bivvies. I'm lucky enough to have my MLD Soul Event Bivy there. That's next to the sleeping bag. And this is my Alpkit one. I've only brought this one along because obviously I wanted to carry 15 kilos, so I just stuffed a bit of stuff in the rucksack. But I've paid £80 to Alpkit. I know it seems a lot. The bivvies are only 64 quid. But basically it's a professional job. And when you think about it, if you stopped in a crap hotel for a night, you'd pay more than 140 quid, wouldn't you? So anyway, it's my choice. I've done it. So let's have a look. It's an absolutely first class job. First of all, it's all heat sealed. Look, can you see? It's heat sealed. And she's even put me so the draw cord now just works from the one side instead of the two. So to stop any tension on the zip, she's put this nice button there. But let's have a look inside. Right, so I've unzipped it, and as you can see, look, it's professionally taped on the back. It's an absolutely first class job. Yes, it's expensive, but it's my hobby. It's what I do. Look, see, look at the quality of that. YKK zip as well. Waterproof zip. It's absolutely first class. I'll explain how I had it done. If you look on the bivvy here, you've got your straight seam there, and this is a diagonal seam. Well, that diagonal seam on that side, look, is the one where I had the zip. There's the straight seam, and there's the diagonal. So you get the full width of the sleeping bag, and if the rain hits you on the top, you haven't got no seam down the middle. Most of them, all my sleeping bags have got the zips on the left as well. So that's an absolutely first class job. It really is. Now this sleeping bag has caused me a lot of condensation in the past. But as we know, these last few camps, I've even bought a lighter sleeping bag, so I've been sleeping with less clothes, less warmth, causing less warmth, which equals less condensation to escape out the bag. And I haven't really suffered too much. So that bag there is going to be my go-to summer bag. When you've got this time of the year and you need a bit of head protection, obviously my army hoop bivvy will be the one, but the MLD will be my trail bag for next year. And also when I want a light load, we'll get the MLD out and have a look. Here is my MLD Event Soul Bivy. You can see I've seam sealed it. I put a nice wide band on. It's nice and neat, I think. See, all the way up. Seam sealed everywhere. Nice band. This one's got waterproof zips on as well. Now the size of this bivvy is the extra large. I'll show you. There you go. XL. Now the large would have been big enough for me but because I might use this in the winter with the big sleeping bag, and I use the long and wide mat. The XL is actually 5 inches longer than the large, according to Ron at MLD. It's 5 inches longer, so it also gives you that bit more space inside. And you can see with me mat, look, the bathtub floor comes up the side, and then you've got the breathable top. Now you've got a cord for hanging it up if you want, and then there's also a bendable wire in this top bit. Let's just set it up. So this MLD bivvy has got a nice waterproof zip on the side. That comes all the way round. You've got this nice wire inside, look, so you can sort of, when you're in it, it sort of holds it up a little bit away from your face, not much. So if you're claustrophobic, it probably wouldn't suit you. And it's got an inbuilt bit of mesh there, look, so when it's zipped up you've got that mesh. I'll see if I can show it you properly. Right, let's zip this up. I'm still learning how it works. I know it's only a bivvy, but the zips. Right, here's the zip for that. Right, so that's zipped up now, look. with your mesh. See the mesh window? Obviously that's just gonna, I might take the wire out and just put up with it on my face because I don't get claustrophobic. Obviously if I'm using a ridge line I could tie it up. And then if you want it fully enclosed, you've got this zip. And that's it, fully enclosed, look, with the storm flap. We'll have a look inside it. I think it's a smashing bit of kit, I really do. So you can see me mat now, look, right down the bottom. If you come up this end, you've got above your head, I've got a good 6 or 7 inches there of the bathtub floor above my head. So it's hard to show you there, but at the head end I've got a good 6 or 7 inches above the mat to store stuff. I could put my 2 boots up there if I wanted to keep them warm and dry. That's why I've gone for the longer one, but when I'm in it later we'll have a look. It's an excellent bit of kit. I do think the bathtub is a bit femmer, it's a bit thin. I don't think it'd stand up to the rough ground very well at all. So maybe this bivvy's one to keep when you need low weight, when you're on a trail or something, or you know you're on a nice grass soft pitch. You know, I know where I'm going to go, so I know what bivvies I can use. But to be honest, the Gore-Tex Army Hoop Bivy will be my go-to bivvy for the winter. It's warm, it's thick, and it's bomb-proof. Plus it was only 120 quid. This thing here, $285. So I've forgotten what it was when I converted it to pounds, but the shipping was a fair bit. I will put the price up. I'll put it in the description. I'll have to have a look when I get home, see how much I paid. Well, I'm over the moon with it. It's a great bit of kit, and obviously because I'm a bivvy camper, it just adds to the arsenal. People pay far more for tents, and I ain't interested in tents. I like my bivvies. I like I've got me left. If you look there, my head will be there, looking that way. I'll just peep out and I can see the lights stop, I can see the lights start. I don't care what you say. Once people have got the tent zipped up, they miss an awful lot of what I see. So I just like... There's a proper gale going to hit in a minute, so I quickly got set up under there. I've put a tie out on the top up to the tree, a tie out here, and it's still taking off. So hopefully I'll be alright. Worst case scenario, I'll be inside the bivvy hiding. Right, let's get all this stuff under cover. This is mad. I've just got under the tarp in time. I'm just lying on top of the bivvy really. Look at it, it's hailing, it's rain, I've had hail, I've had sleet. And it's meant to be a nice day. Look at it. And my word, it's going cold, that wind. The tarp's really taking it as well. I mean, I'm just opening it up to the job. I think tarp camping, you definitely need to be in sheltered spots, because they're like a sail. That mushroom setup I've been using, that's good in a storm, because you can pin it right to the floor. Because I was coming to this pitch, I knew there'd be nobody here, so I just bought the light one. But I didn't expect this weather. Well, you see, I'm still loving it. I'm just chilling. I'm under the tarp, I'm dry. If I get cold, I'll get my boots off and go in the bivvy. I'm just keeping my waterproofs on at the minute though, because if the tarp does take off, I can make emergency preparations and sort of get in the trees over there or something. Because all my stuff would be just wrecked. See, if a tent collapses, you could stop in the tent with all your stuff and just ride it out. But if a tarp collapses, you're in the open, you're in the storm. I mean, look at it, it's mad. It's meant to be a nice day. Dear me. Right, I'm going to see if I can brew up somewhere under here. I ain't really got room to brew up. I suppose I could do it where my feet are there, But I'll wait till the wind drops a bit. Good morning. It's just coming up to 6 o'clock and I've just woke up. There's a light frost in the tarp, look. I don't know whether I can show you, but look. Glistening. And if we look down here, proper frost. So I'm going to have my brew and my porridge, then we'll think about getting tidied up, but I'm not going to get up till it's light. So we'll come back in a bit. I've got a nice brew on the go. I've got some nice porridge coming up as well. Fantastic. Fantastic. Got to have a last brew before I set off, haven't I? Probably be my last camp for a while now here, because when we walk out you'll see where the Forestry Commission are starting to cut, and when you look at the trees over there on the other side of the lock, a lot of them have got the paint on, so it looks like they're going to come right up here and fell all the trees. It'll lose its beauty. Also last night, just after 6, some people come, and just over there in the woods you've got somebody camping. So I didn't use my torch last night, as I like to camp on my own. They didn't make any noise, seemed like proper campers. But the whole idea of walking all them miles to get up here is to get the solitude. So I think it's back to find other spots. As always, leave no trace. It's a spotting little spot, isn't it? I'll have one last look at the lock. Isn't it beautiful? Be a shame when all those trees come down, won't it? Right, let's get off. So I've just come out of the path down from the lock, and you can see they're going to get the lot. The lock's up that way. I've already started trimming up here. Obviously it's a work in progress, but it doesn't make it any more sad. Doesn't make it any more sad, does it? Right, let's get out of here. Might be a nice day when the sun comes up today, look. Lovely. Well, my first impressions of the MLD, Mountain Level Designs Soul Event Bivy. It's expensive. It's very, very well made. You have to seam seal it. The weight of it was just over 400 grams. After seam sealing, it was 428 grams. Now the Alpkit Hunka Bivy with the zip went up from 460 to 494 grams. So I've got 428 for a fully functional hoop bivy with a built-in mesh. So for normal summer use, I'll stick to the Alpkit, because I don't need to risk the bottom of the MLD. But if I need the hoop and I need the midge net, I'll use the MLD. Space wise it's tremendous. Obviously I bought the extra large. Now this is the big question. I've always suffered with condensation in bivvies. So to cure that in the Hunka, I've been layering down, using a lighter sleeping bag, less clothes. Well, last night I thought I'm going to test it to the limit. I knew it was going to be frosty. It went down to -3.5. Good thick frost. I was under the tarp. The bottom third of the bivy, the MLD bivy, the bottom third, my sleeping bag, the Rab Ascent 1100, which obviously is well over the top for this weather. The bottom third of it had a slight layer of moisture on it. So obviously with the frost getting under the bivy, the moisture escaping from the bivvy, condensing in the pores, it stopped all the moisture getting out. But it was an extreme test. I even left my heated jacket on, and I left it to run down as well. So I was cooking, and I must say, my old bones, I wake up far less stiff if I've had a really warm night. My legs aren't half as stiff. That's another question I've got for the long distance trail in April. If there's a frost, when I get up and about, I get cold feet very quick, and I really struggle to warm my feet up until I get walking. So if I'm soaking wet through and my boots are still wet and my socks are wet, how am I going to get my feet warm? I'll be welcome to suggestions for that. Obviously I can't carry loads of sealskin socks because it's too heavy. Interesting. But anyway, I really pushed that MLD Bivy to the limits last night with heat, and the only place I had some condensation on the sleeping bag was the bottom third. Obviously there's less ventilation down the bottom. I mean, if that would have been the Hunka last night, I would have been drenched. So overall, it's an excellent bit of kit if you want a hoop bivvy with a lighter weight, but it can't beat the Gore-Tex. The Dutch Army hoop bivvy is the business. Without doubt, it's the best bivvy for the English conditions. It's just heavy and slightly bulky. Anyway, onwards to the car. The lovely morning sun really warming on the skin. Tremendous. Right, nearly back at the car now. So I filled up with my water, and I've carried the full 15 and a bit kilos back to the car as well. I'm going to start carrying this sort of weight on the dog walks as well. Most light in comparison to what some people carry. One of my subscribers trains with 35 kilos on the back. I couldn't do that. I probably could, but I'd be worn out. I suppose you'd have to get used to it. These reactor-like glasses are dark in this light, aren't they? But they're nice on the eyes. So if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next camp. Goodbye.